Hey, Coach, kind of a big picture question with Alex Mastromano. Just curious, adapting to a new sport, averaging about 43 yards a punt. Obviously had a little bit of ups and downs, but just can you speak to, I guess, his consistency this year as far as what he's given for you?
Yeah, Alex is, excuse me. Number one, he has tremendous work ethic. Every day when he comes out to practice, you can tell he's ready for whatever his role is going to be that day. He prepares well. He works hard. He takes a lot of pride in his craft, and I think that's why you see that he's more mature than his football playing experience would reflect. And I think that's why you see a consistent player out of him. And to me, we've only scratched the surface of what he's going to become. But I'm really pleased at where he's at right now.
Hey, Coach, can you just kind of paint the picture of Saturday as you guys learned of the postponement, what you saw, what you thought, and the way the players reacted as well?
Yeah, from the players' perspective, just disappointment, shock. We were pretty far along in terms of our pregame meal when they found out that we weren't playing the game. So you could just tell by the looks on their faces that they had kind of started to put themselves in that game mode, and they were disappointed about not having the opportunity to do it. As far as for me, my emotions were almost identical to the players. Just shocked, disappointed. You wake up, you have a mindset of what you're going to try to get accomplished that day. We went through the staff meeting, we went through the pregame meal. With really no feel that there would be a postponement to the game, at least, for what had been communicated to me. So it really was pretty shocking when that came up. There's a lot of things about 2020 that are unique, but I know in the 20 years that I've been doing this, even a consideration of a postponement has never been something that I've been a part of. So when it actually happened and it played out that way, it was a lot of emotions because a lot gets invested into those game weeks, and you're looking forward for that opportunity to play.
Coach, you had that tweet Saturday about narrative, and even like notwithstanding the situation Saturday, how do you think that applies to your season this year? I mean, you've talked about if you're focused on results and your process and growth, like that doesn't apply. Like, can you apply that to the team this year?
I would be careful going outside of what I was really meaning, and what I really was saying in any of that was like people are going to have their feelings on the way things are going, and but there's some people that know truly what happened, and I'm only speaking from our perspective. Like I don't know anything that was happening in the other locker room. I'm sure they have feelings too, and I know they do, but just from our players' perspective and our coach's perspective. We were excited about the opportunity to play the game, no matter what else is being felt or said or thought out there. And when that didn't get a chance to happen, everybody was disappointed about it. And the God's plan part was referring to that we control things that we can control, but we're ultimately not in control of these things. And not to get on a side religious discussion, but that's really what it was meant by.
Did you have conversations with Janaris or Josh or any of the guys, like helping them work through their emotions at that time?
Yeah, we spoke with them as a group, and I spoke individually with several guys. Really just, there was a lot of different things moving quickly. One was, the concern about parents who were traveling to the game, making sure that they were aware before that they made that commitment of coming, that what was going on. I mean, there was a lot of things that kind of all happened at once. These guys are older players, like J. Rob and Kano and the guys that you asked about. I mean, they wanted that opportunity because it's a tremendous opportunity for them to showcase their skills against one of the best teams that we have an opportunity to play. So there was a lot of emotion that was wrapped up in it, and the one-on-one conversations will kind of keep between us, but they were definitely disappointed and wish that they would have had the opportunity to get it done.
Then during this process, Florida State has, and Coach Norvell talked about it, Florida State's kind of gone above and beyond with some of the protocols and some of the things you guys have requested of the players. has that been challenging at times? I mean, I would assume that they hear maybe what other schools are able to do or other, programs are doing and handling that. How has that been a difficult process throughout the year?
I wouldn't say it's been difficult. I think one of the main focuses that we have here is that we try to control the things that we can control, and that's our response and our behaviors and everything that we're faced with. And we do ask a lot of our guys. Our guys did not leave Tallahassee when we had bye week. Our guys are kept out of the building if they have anything that is even remotely close to being a sickness. So there are some sacrifices that go along with that. But I think that's also why we've had the level of success we have in terms of containing what is obviously a global pandemic.
Anything else for Coach? All right, one more from Ira.
Just looking at Virginia and the challenges they present, the few times I've watched them, obviously a really physical running game, and quarterbacks had some big days too. How much of a challenge do they present off defensively?
I got a lot of respect for what they do, both from a schematic standpoint and then also from a physicality standpoint on offense. This is the third time I've had an opportunity to prepare for this version of Virginia's team with Coach Mendenhall there. And each time that's the first two things that always jump out: their physicality and that they do a really good job schematically creating matchups and leverage in the run game. So obviously it's going to be challenging for us, but we're excited about it and kind of looking forward now to move past whatever from this past weekend. Just get ready to play a game this weekend, and have a excitement and enthusiasm towards approaching practice tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.